you just count down by tens, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And if you put your fingernail right at the 50, that's exactly what we're going to draw up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so it's important to know that ahead of time, so that before we stick the needle in the vial, that we'll know exactly where we want to be going, right? So that's the first thing, right? And the second thing is you're going to get your alcohol pad out. And what I always do is I ask my clients to make sure that they get their pad out and that they use it first off to clean off the top of the vial. So our vials come with a little top on them, and so I ask them to remove the top and then to use the alcohol pad to clean it off before they inject, just like that. And then I have them put it back down on top of the alcohol pad cover. And now, in order to draw up the medicine, the way that I encourage clients to do this is to remove the cap, right? And remove the base that is also protected. And then just try out the plunger, okay? Pull back on the plunger and then push it all the way up so that you get a feel for how hard and how easily the plunger moves. And that's really valuable because you want to start with putting a little bit of air, and I always say the amount of medicine that you're going to pull up is the amount of air that you put in the syringe first. Do you see that? So I have it right here at 50 units. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the needle and we're going to do a straight 90-degree angle here into the plunger. And then immediately once the needle is in the syringe, in the vial, you turn it upside down like this, so all the medicine comes down to the bottom. And you push the air into the vial. Now, why are we going to do this, right? The reason we do that is because we're just displacing into the vial the same amount that you're taking out. And so that can be valuable over time. And then you just begin to draw. And so you can see I'm starting to draw up the medicine. You can see my medicine is bright pink. That's just because it comes with vitamin B12 in it. And so we draw it up to the 0.5. I'm going to turn it around to face me so I can see 0.5. But so I have it right there at 0.5. And I like to withdraw a little bit extra, and then I push in a little bit to make sure that there's no air bubbles right here at the top where you've just withdrawn. And so right here, I'm going to turn it around to show you. I have 50 units. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And so once you've got the 50 units, you can take it out of your vial, set your vial down, and you're ready to inject because you're ready to go. So now what you do is you take your alcohol wipe, you use the other side. I always save these things. So I use one side to clean my vial and the other side to clean my skin, right?
Yes.
And so you want to inject an area where there's soft tissue. And according to your doctor, the best place that they identify here in the email to you is either in your stomach or your leg area or the soft part of your arm. And so if you're going to inject in your belly, I always encourage you to rotate that site from week to week. You never want to inject in the same site all the time. You want to be rotating that site so that the same location is not being injected every week. Yeah. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pinch your skin, clean it off, and then make sure that you inject straight into the skin. You don't want to inject, at a 45-degree angle. You just want to really be at a perpendicular 90-degree angle, straight into the skin. And once you've done that, you then stabilize your syringe and then just pump it all the way in, and you're done. And then you recap it and you make sure you throw it away capped.
Yes.
In the trash. Any questions?
Yes. No, ma'am. I